Hi, and welcome to the Erudite Podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about the all inclusive five-star resort, the Grand Bahia Principe, located in Run-A-Way Bay, Jamaica. Wanted to do this review because I thought it was important as I was searching for reviews and information on resorts. Was my first trip to Jamaica, and I thought it would be good to do a commentary along with video to kind of give a pictorial illustration of some of the pros and cons of the resort. One of the things that I didn't quite honestly find through YouTube, there are a lot of family videos and things like that, which were nice, but I wanted to kind of see and hear what people thought about their trip. So, my family is a family of five, my wife and three kids, so we have a very diverse commentary on what we thought about the resort. This picture is actually a picture from our balcony, so it's very picturesque, very beautiful resort, which is one of the reasons why we chose it. We'll talk to you as well about some other reasons. We did have a great time and thought the resort was very nice. Well, Run-A-Way Bay is, like I said, an hour from Montego Bay, so be ready for a nice little ride. As you enter into Run-A-Way Bay, you'll come into a very picturesque lobby, as you see here. One of the nice things about the lobby is nice and open and clean. Once we got here, we were welcomed by two young ladies who were serving drinks. There was alcoholic and non-alcoholic, so there was something for everyone. We also were able to leave our baggage in this area because we wanted to go and eat first. So, one of the reasons why we chose Grand Bahia Principe was because of the way it looked. Aesthetically, it looked like a very clean, a very nice property. That is one of the things I can say was very consistent with what we found to be true once we arrived. So now we're going to enter the bedroom. The bedrooms we found to be very clean. This particular room is categorized as a junior suite. It has one king size bed. This is the room that my wife and I shared. We found the room to be very clean and very spacious. Comparatively speaking to a regular hotel room, we found the room to feel much broader. The room had plenty of outlets, plenty of light. Both rooms had independent ceiling fans, and they had separate sitting areas, which I thought was a nice touch, so everybody's not lounging on the bed with sandy feet or clothes. The canopy to the bed was a nice touch. We thought the television, the furniture, everything seemed up to date. No outdated furniture or no outdated electronics. There were plenty of outlets in the room, plenty of lights. Again, everything was very clean. One of the primary things that we look for being a family of five when we travel, and we travel quite a bit, number one would be cleanliness and security. Or I guess there's two things, cleanliness and security, but the other is space. Plenty of space, and we felt like we got plenty of space in this room. Now, there was a safe in the room, which we did not use, and the reason we did not use the safe was we'd read reviews that people had things taken out of their safe. Because our luggage had locks on it, we took our luggage and we used that as safes. Now, the room closet came with ironing board, additional pillow, and additional covers for the bed. There were plenty of hangers, and there was more than enough space for myself and my wife in terms of hanging up our clothes, and also storing any souvenirs or any dirty clothes that we were compiling. The bathroom was a very nice component. We found the bathroom to be very elegant. It was stone throughout. It was spacious, and it was clean. The water pressure you'll find is fantastic. There were more than enough toiletries to go around. There was soap, there was lotion, shampoo, and even a shaving kit. We did not use the tub, although the tub, as you'll see, did have jacuzzi jets, and I'm sure it would be nice if you wanted to take a bath. That wasn't our thing. One of the cons in this particular arena, we brought our own face towels. We read a review again that face towels were scarce. That is true. Other than that, We didn't have any problems with the restroom. Now we'll look at the adjacent room, which is our kids' room. There are two beds in this room. They're both queen size beds, as I stated earlier. Independent seating area. Again, this room very clean. Here's our patio. The patio or balcony was not the biggest balcony I've ever been on, but it was more than adequate for two or three people. We didn't spend a lot of time out here, but it was a nice balcony. One of the cool things about our balcony, it was adjacent to the foyer, so each night you could see and hear the live band. And of course, each morning it was really awesome to be able to stand out and see the sunrise from that vantage. Now, there is a spa on property. We did not have any spa services, but we did take a tour. We found the people to be very nice and accommodating, and again, the area was very clean. The Orchid. The Orchid is the main buffet dining hall. This particular restaurant is open 3 times a day, and it is likely the place that you would eat at the most. Albeit there are 5 other a la carte restaurants on property, this particular hall seemed to be the busiest. The hours of operation are for breakfast 7 to 10 a.m., for lunch 1 to 3 p.m., and then for dinner 6 to 10 p.m. We found the food to be very, very good food. There was plenty of food. There was a great variety of food. Each night there seemed to be different. Each night there seemed to be different cuisines offered. For example, one night you may concentrate on Jamaican oriented food. A different night there may be sushi at the bar. You never know. We found the food to be very, very good. It's not the best food that you'll ever eat, but it was plenty of food and it was very, very good. In the mornings, these back areas offered freshly made omelets, waffles, and crepes. There's also an area here that's only for desserts, and there's an additional area that catered to kids in terms of the foods that they like to eat. For example, chicken fingers, french fries, hamburgers, hot dogs. It was available most, if not all, the time it was open. One of the things that I will tell you, if you are a family of 5 or more, you will have to have assistance in being seated. Most of the time, people with 4 or less seem to be able to walk in and be seated pretty quickly because the tables are made for family groups of 4 or less. If you have a group of 5 or more, it seemed that those table settings were a little harder to come by. It's not a long wait. We never saw a line. We never waited longer than 10 minutes to be seated. Well, actually, that's probably long. We probably never waited longer than 5 minutes to be seated. Most of the times we walked right in. 2 or 3 minutes later, a table was either located or one was put together for us to sit. So it was a very good experience. Now, again, there are 5 a la carte restaurants on the property, and this particular one is the steakhouse. The steaks were excellent. This experience was very, very good. It's open fire grill in this particular restaurant. There's also a buffet in this restaurant, which was interesting. This particular video that you're seeing now is the jerk hut. The jerk hut is located in between the snorkel or kayaking area and the beach itself. So this area is open each day for lunch between the hours of noon and 2 p.m. On the top side, there were hamburgers, hot dogs, etc., watermelon, cantaloupe, things like that, barbecue type food. But on the bottom, of course, there was jerk chicken and all the niceties. Now, one of the reasons why we chose this particular property was because of the pool. The pool was very, very nice. There were 2 swim-up bars. We didn't see so much as a pool tile missing. The chlorine seemed to be fine. This is one of the largest pools we'd ever seen. And our kids are swimmers, and we spent a lot of time in and about water. And this was a very good experience. The pool keepers made sure that there was no standing water, there was no trash, no leftover cups, nothing of that nature around the pool. One of the best parts of our trip bar none, was the pool. You'll really like the pool. Now, there were kids' areas and activities at the pool each day. The pool is sort of the center of all the activities, if you will. There's an activity board there. That seemed to be where most people gathered to either do their day or begin their day. Now, one of the things that we read in terms of review was a complaint about the beach, and the beach was rocky and these sorts of things. Let me explain what I think this particular person was saying. There, as you can see, en route to the beach is a foyer, if you will. There's a very clean, open area space of nothing but palm trees and these seashells, and that's all there is. So you walk through this area to get to the beach. First, you get to the kayaking and the snorkeling area, and then much further down, you get to the beach. Now, in this picture, you can see the difference between the sand and the difference between the area where the shells are. Now, one of the things that we did, everyone had swim shoes or beach shoes, and we wore those around the pool, but we also wore them to go down to the beach. So I just want to clarify, the beach itself is not rocky. En route to the beach, there are shell surfaces, and you can easily navigate this with flip flops. I would recommend beach shoes, but it would be up to you. Now, again, this is footage of the beach. The beach was very nice, very clean. It reminded us of a private island experience. If you've ever been on a cruise and you've gone to a cruise ship's private island, you see that the beach is man-made and it is very well manicured, very well laid out. The water was very clean and very clear. There was no seaweed at all. There were very little shells. We did enjoy kayaking. There are a number of water activities that I think you'll find very enjoyable, from kayaking to boating to fishing, etc. One of the things I do want to make you aware of, if you plan on going snorkeling, we were not told this beforehand. We were told during our stay, of course, that if we wanted to snorkel, there would be a $50 per person deposit for the equipment. Now, that didn't make much sense to me because the equipment is probably worth about 50 bucks itself. And if you want to do this, you actually have to leave a cash deposit. So for us, that would have been 250 bucks. And we decided to simply use our own goggles and just go snorkeling ourselves. The experience itself was okay. They had a few areas of tigerfish, but overall, it was not as advertised. Again, our favorite part of the resort was the pool, so we did spend a lot of time lounging around the pool and swimming. There were other activities. As you can see, there's a chessboard that many people played, but quite honestly, for us, we simply like lounging around and walking around the facility. At night, there are entertainment venues. Now, the entertainment is not Disney, but it was entertaining. We only went one night, and it was enjoyable. During the day, the entertainment area was actually a shopping area. There were about 15 stores in this particular area. There were a number of tables, which you'll see that were out. And these are the tables that, of course, you sit at during the evening's entertainment. But these outlying areas that you see are actually stores. These shops had t-shirts, hats, and all types of souvenirs. It was a very convenient option for shopping if you didn't want to leave the resort. Okay, so the overall grade that I'd give Grand Bahia Principe and Run-A-Way Bay Jamaica would be an A minus. If you look on TripAdvisor and Cheap Caribbean, you'll see 81 to about 90 percentile in terms of customer reviews. One of the reasons I scored that way in terms of con is gaps in customer service. We noticed upon arrival that there were very young people working in customer service areas, particularly at the front desk, and we didn't find that always advantageous. However, we did not let it ruin or diminish our view of the property. It just would have been better had they had a little bit more informed people at those types of customer interaction points. Now, speaking of which, We did run into some very, very nice people during this particular trip. One gentleman that we met who was getting off of work and did not have to help us at all was a gentleman named Juan. Juan was very, very friendly and he was full of energy. We saw Juan every day with the exception of one when he was off work. And he always greeted us with the same type of energy and the same smile. This particular picture is at the Jerk Hut where he is most of the time. So if you go to the Jerk Hut, just simply ask for Juan, or I think he goes by DJ Juan because he does sell CDs as well. He was very, very instrumental in assisting us in many ways. One of the ways he helped us was to identify a private taxi driver to take us to Dunn's River and the excursions that we wanted to do while we were at the stay. Now, this particular taxi driver was also very nice. She was very friendly. She was very knowledgeable about the island. And she took us for probably, I would say, about a third, not a third, maybe half of what the hotel or the resort would have charged us to do this for that particular day. So we went to Dunn's River Falls, we went into Ocho Rios. We also went a number of places that we didn't anticipate going, but Pam was awesome. She was a historian. It was great for us because we learned a lot about the island. Kids were able to learn a lot, and she pretty much acted as our tour guide, our private tour guide during our stay. So we certainly appreciated Juan for that particular referral. We would refer you to Juan and also to Pam. I'll put the information below in the YouTube link so you'll know how to get a hold of Pam should you visit Grand Bahia. I would highly recommend her. Again, overall, our stay was good. Would we go back? Yes, we would go back, and we also advise or refer people to the property because we thought it was good. We'll only tell you, just be advised that when you're traveling abroad and you're in different areas of the world, that customer service, depending on where you're from, may not always be the standard of what you're used to. So pack your patience. But Grand Bahia Principe was a very fine resort, and we did enjoy our stay. So hopefully this helps. And if you decide to go, or if you like this video, please leave a message or like us. Thank you. Oh yeah, and P.S. Since I did get a lot of inquiries in terms of how the video was shot in terms of footage, I shot this with one particular device. That was my iPhone 6 Plus. I had a underwater package for my camera, so if you're interested in that, you can also email me and I'll send you the information. You can get this particular covering for your phone from Amazon for a little bit of nothing. But the entire video that you saw was shot with iPhone 6 Plus. Again, thank you guys for viewing. I hope this helps. Have a great day.